Good morning, YouTube friends and family. Welcome to this Saturday edition that I'm finally getting filmed on Friday of the Wellness Homesteader. Y'all, I sincerely apologize. It's not because I don't want to film. That's not it at all. It's been the nausea and the thought of making food. I'm having enough trouble just eating. I don't even want to think about food. So, preparing food. So we'll get into food content. I'm sure this is going to subside a little bit. I didn't have trouble the first 2 shots. The 3rd shot has been bad. But let me tell you what I did. Hopefully y'all will laugh at this. I am a nurse. I don't get grossed out by blood, guts, emergencies. But I cannot stand anything where people are eating what I would consider a taboo food. There used to be a show, and I can't think of the name of it. I think it was called like Fear Factor or something, where they had to do these challenges, and sometimes they had to eat like really gross things like live bugs and stuff. I'd throw up every time. That's my weakness. So one of the things present day I really like is a show, and I watch it on YouTube because I don't have cable. It's an A&E show called Unexpected Killer, and it's really good because it's a whodunit. So you watch and you try to figure out like who you think did it. I'm always wrong. Almost always wrong, because it is truly like a big twist in the case, and sometimes it isn't solved till years down the road. Well, I was watching this one, and there's a few things like, I don't watch things about children. There's a few I won't watch, but most of them are okay. They're not super gory. But this guy that ended up being the killer, I'll just say it real simply so I don't gross anybody out, was a cannibal. And ever since I watched that show, the thought of food, the thought of cooking food, the thought of eating meat has just been really grossed me out. So I'm hoping that will pass, y'all. But when I'm that nauseated, it's really hard to make a video where I'm not like, oh, poor me. And I don't look super great. But hey, how about my shirt? The 80s called, and I'm sure they would like it back. I love 80s style stuff. My son, when he was growing up, he loved this, I don't know, this is between a yellow and a green. It looks green in the screen, but he loved hot pink. He loved the vivid colors, but he was born in 85. So yeah, he liked all the wild stuff. Anyway, I was thinking, well, if I can't do food content, what other things with the frugal mindset, with the pantry challenge? Honestly, guys, I'm having no trouble with the pantry challenge. I'm not eating that much, and I'm eating vegetarian foods because that's what I can tolerate right now. Anyway, how do we fill these long, cold, dark winter days without spending a lot of money on entertainment? So as much snow as we've had, and y'all, my thoughts and prayers are with you all out in California. That is so, so tragic with these fires and people losing everything. So a little bit of nausea, not a big deal, right? Anyway, there's been so much snow and inclement weather. I entertain myself a lot outside, whether it's in the garden, with the chickens, those type of things. Y'all, it's too cold out there to do that. It is, what was 10 a little earlier, it says it's 13, but we're supposed to get another 2 to 4 inches of snow. And the size of the storm, I'm waiting for them to amend that. But, you know, it could all fall apart before it gets to me, but it's coming. So I started thinking, well, what can I do that doesn't, require a long trip, that's free or nearly free, and what things might people be interested in? So I'm going to give you my list, my top 10, if you will. So the first thing is go to your public library. I am probably half a mile from our library here in my little village. However, it's weird. But what I've learned is if there's a book or a topic, they will request the materials and then notify you when it comes in. So that's really nice. So you can research topics that, you know, you've always wondered about, like, where did the murder hornets go? You know, things like that. No, seriously, like permaculture or new garden tips or homesteading books, whatever your go-to is, the library either has or can get. And don't forget, y'all, they have periodicals, I guess you would call it. So they have magazines. If your area still has a newspaper, ours never did. But the big in town, well, not in my town, but in the next town's library, same county, has books like that. So don't forget about magazines or other periodicals that you don't want to buy, but you'd like to take a look at. They usually keep about a year on the shelf. So even if the current issue's checked out, I can go a year ago if you're looking for seasonal type things. Also, DVDs. Our library has a huge DVD selection, I guess you would say. Now, I know not everybody has a DVD player. I do, but y'all, I am not disorganized. I don't know how this happened. I've lost the remote to my DVD player, so I gotta find that. It's here. It hasn't gone anywhere. I probably put it away when I was cleaning, and I just haven't come across it yet, but I will. So, library is a good idea. My neighbors that live behind, they go once a week, and that's a big entertainment for them. They're older, retired people, and they really enjoy that. Okay, second thing is a donate challenge. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone if you're not like me and you don't have way too much stuff, but pick a period of time, let's say a week or maybe even a month, and have a target number either per day or per week of items that you want to take out of your, I'll just say, rotation. Y'all, I have a lot of clothes that if I try it on and it's uncomfortable, it goes in the donate pile. So I already have a pretty good stack. I've lost weight now, a lot of weight, and so there's really not things that are too small. But have you ever gotten, this happens to me all the time, have you ever gotten a shirt that's too tight, like in your arms, right, like in this part? Yeah, I ain't gonna wear that. No. So, other ideas, just go to your kitchen, pick 2 or 3 drawers that you're gonna clean out. It doesn't have to be like a wholesale, I'm gonna do this all day or all week or all month. Pardon me. Oh, y'all. Today is my medication day, so I just took it, so probably gonna have some hiccups. Anyway, you know, you're doing good for people who might be in need. For, like in my case, our local thrift store here in my village, they use the proceeds to fund the food bank. And the food bank here is once a month. It's a drive-through. And y'all, when I first retired before my Social Security disability was approved, I utilized the food bank. I had to. I did not have any money whatsoever coming in. So it was super helpful to me. So giving back, that's a good feeling. You're helping others. Maybe you're not up to volunteering, which is often a suggestion on what to do with your free time. But that's a way you can indirectly bless people, have a cleaner environment. I need to do that all over my house when I feel better. All right, revive a hobby. Well, y'all, you can see I've done a whole lot on my building set. I'll get back to it. Maybe go to your craft room or the space where you keep things like that. Find a project that you never finished. We all have them if you're a crafter. and revive it, finish it. Such a great sense of accomplishment. Might be something that would be good for gifting or enhancing your home or your life in some way, if it's like a sewing project, a clothing project. So that's another good suggestion. You can, if you like to draw or color, those type of things, always good to keep you busy, to give you something to look forward to, and to keep you from wanting to get on Amazon and order everything. That'd be me. All right. Number 4, plan spring projects. Now, y'all, I'm trying not to get into it too soon. I have a bad habit of that. And then I'm planting way too early and trying to maintain all those seedlings. But this is a great time if you're a food gardener or even a flower gardener. We're starting to get the catalogs. Thank you, Baker Creek. Start researching, what do I want my garden to look like this year? Mine is generally different every year to a degree. This year it's going to be quite a bit different, only because I want more fresh food I can eat right away. And guys, I love melons. Ohio's not the best place to grow melons, but I'm going to give it a good cheerleader's try and see if I can at least grow some cantaloupe. Watermelon locally is pretty economical, easy to find, but I really want to grow some cantaloupe. And I have before, and it's always very good if you can get them to grow. You can do some planning on some home improvement projects. So I've mentioned I would like to have a barn, but I've kind of looked at the layout of my yard and I'm like, where would I even put this? I mean, not that I don't have room, right? But I don't want the barn so far away I have to shovel out past Aunt Sid's tater patch to get to the door. So how can I reconfigure the way things are without moving the chicken coop and maybe have an outbuilding that I can put the chickens in when it's this bitterly cold? Indoor painting too. If you have a room that needs painted, this is a good time to do it. And if you're like me, you already have the paint, you just haven't done it. Okay, number 5. And y'all, I was astounded at this one, and I hope this resonates with you. Your park and recreation association, I don't know what the name is of the establishment, but almost every county will have a park and rec department. We'll call it a department. And they put on all kinds of activities and they do it year round. So I was like, well, let me just go see what they have, because generally they'll have some indoor things like sometimes they'll have bird watching, or like a speaker that just talks about fawn and ferns. I don't know what they talk about, but you know, different things of interest, outdoorsy things. My local Parks and Rec is doing beginner beekeeping classes all through the winter months, free. So you know what, guys, don't forget to check that out. Almost all of them have a website, I would think, that can give you some ideas for things you might do. Number 6, I can't do this right now. Cook your favorite childhood meal. So when I stop and I think back about, you know, some of the things my mom made, some of the things I looked forward to, other than holiday meals, certain desserts, it was always dessert for me. Maybe think up, maybe even a couple meals, and then do the research, because there are so many recipes online for a vintage, if you're vintage like I am, for a vintage version, or if you want a modern version. That can be really fun. It can evoke some really pleasant memories. You feed your body. You're still on the pantry challenge. You just don't go to the grocery to buy the ingredients, that's for sure. Number 7, popcorn and movie night, or snack and movie night. Not everybody eats popcorn. I personally love popcorn. Wouldn't try to eat that right now. I have, because I don't have cable and I don't have any subscription TV, I have a robust selection of DVDs, and I like watching some movies over and over, some of my favorites, and if I can find the remote. I actually have 2 DVD players, one's upstairs, so I have to be in bed to watch it, but at any rate, that can be a really fun night. You can do themed nights if you have littles or grandkids over, or maybe you do like Italian night, Mexican night, whatever floats your boat night, snack night, appetizer night, charcuterie board night. So there are ways to have fun without breaking the bank, just using what you have on hand. Number 8, game night. I love myself a good card game or a good board game, but Frankie doesn't play fair. I don't have anybody to play games with. But for me, I can build puzzle, I can build Legos. Well, they're not Legos, but I have my building sets. There's always something like that I can do. But even if you're like me and you're a single person, invite some of your friends over, have them each bring their favorite game. You can vote on what you want to do. Serve some very economical, simple snacks. Maybe it's a popcorn party, right? And you can still have social time without going to a 5-star restaurant that's going to totally blow your budget. Number 9, I might need this, a spa day. So most of us ladies, I'll say it that way, probably have some products on hand that we're saving, maybe face masks or things for a mani-pedi, whatsoever. Have a bubble bath. Paint your toenails. If you do your fingernails, paint your fingernails. Put a mask on your face. Do some extra skincare. That can be something to look forward to, and you can do it like once a week. And it gives you an activity on your list that's free of charge, that's good for your body, and good for your mind as well. Number 10, my final thought. And y'all, I haven't done this yet. I'm certainly old enough. Senior Citizen Center activities. So in my village, we have a pretty robust senior center, and some of the people that work or volunteer at the thrift store also do the same at the senior center or are part of running it. I don't know if it's a paid job, right? Every time I go, they're like, you need to come and have dinner. They have a weekly dinner. With my soy allergy, I don't generally do like group food because you don't always know whether you're going to get into something that's going to cause you a problem. But they have all kinds of activities, cards and crafts. And if you're of that age, take advantage of that. Those senior centers are there to enrich the lives of those who are older, who may be alone, who may be experiencing loss, who just may need some comfort and companionship. Great idea. So guys, I know this was a set down video. I'm sorry. I promise you I will get back. If I stay still, which is probably not so great, I'm not as nauseated. So being up running around, not as easy for me. So I plan to see you next week. Hopefully by next week, all of this nausea will have passed. It will stop snowing. And I'm due tomorrow to have my second plow out because they didn't do a really great job, just saying. And they plowed in my mailbox, so I haven't had any mail all week. So, I talked to the owner. It's actually my lawn service. They do snow removal in the winter. And he was like, absolutely. I mean, of course, I'll pay them to do it. I said, after the snow, can you do this? Can you widen? The part where you pull out is like this big. And you gotta unbury my mailbox. Y'all keep doing that. I tell them every year. Every year. It's not anything new. But I don't know who actually did the plowing, so it might have been somebody new. So anyway, for those of you in California, my thoughts and prayers are sincerely with you. For those of us, and there's a lot of southern states that are getting a lot of snow that's a little unusual, you're in my thoughts and prayers as well. Stay warm, stay safe. So do me a big favor, drop me a comment below. What other free activities do you like to do in the winter when you're feeling that restlessness or cabin fever and you don't want to spend money? All right, guys, I will see you again next week. But until then, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.